Everybody join in this melody.
Let us unite, let us unite.
That's the only way we're gonna be free.
Unite, let us unite.
Everybody singing this sweet refrain.
Let us unite, let us unite.
Sing this melody till it gets in your brain. Well, I'm talking to you, Muslim, Christian, and Hebrew. Anything to do, we got to unite, or else we are through.
Let us unite, let us unite.
Everybody singing this sweet refrain.
Let us unite, let us unite.
Sing this melody till it gets in your brain.
Unite, let us unite.
Everybody singing this melody.
Let us unite, let us unite.
That's the only way we're gonna be free. They're united in Ghana, Guinea, Mali, and Nigeria. All over Africa, the people are getting together. They are uniting in Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, and Angola. And Nkrumah Station will light the world over from Cape to Cairo, one Africa.
Unite, let us unite.
Everybody singing this sweet refrain.
Let us unite, let us unite.
Sing this melody till it gets in your brain.
Let us unite, let us unite.
Come on, do it tonight.
Let us unite, let us unite.
Brothers and sisters, let us unite.
There is a need for unity. The best for you and me. There is a need for unity. The best for you and me. Unity.
Everybody joining this melody. That's the only way we're gonna be free.
Let us unite, let us unite.
Come on, do it tonight.
Let us unite, let us unite.
Brothers and sisters, let us unite. Well, they're uniting in Cuba, Trinidad, Tobago, and Grenada, St. Kitts, Puerto Rico, and Jamaica. Let us unite in America, the yellow man moving in Asia, the red man awakening in India, the black man rising up in Africa. Let us jump up in America. Ha! Ha! Ha!
There is a need for unity. The best for you and me.
All of the nations of the earth as we speak are angry. They're angry because governments cannot suffice the needs of their people. They're angry because a few have gotten wealthy at the expense of the many, and the poor and the sick and the weak and the unlearned multiply. And the value of their lives are diminished by the rich and the powerful, so that when human life is devalued, that in the eyes of man you are unworthy of the gift of life, then it is easy for another human being to take the life of another human being that he or she has devalued.
Black life in America is devalued. Hispanic life is devalued. Even poor white life is devalued. There's a way that I have to behave. I'm free, but I'm not free to rob you of yours. I'm not free to take from you what does not belong to me. So if I will construct my life according to these righteous principles, then between man and man, man and woman, peace. Between race and race, peace. Between rich and poor, peace. We have our beautiful Mexican family. This once was theirs. So you can't say to them they are aliens. That's a horrible word to use for former owners. I see my indigenous family here. Many tribes, but they're really one great nation of people that now must be reunited with themselves. So it's their time now, as well as ours, that God would intervene in our affairs and bring the bottom rail to the top. The government is not rehabilitating soldiers. When they send you away to kill. When you come home, they gotta reconstitute you for civilian life again. Make sure you have a job so you can take care of your family, but they're not doing it. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad says, a woman can do anything that a man does, and the only thing he forbids the woman to do is the thing that degrades her. So how high can you go? High as you want to. Why would God allow the female to wear his attributes if you can't be a manifestation of that attribute? Women, you got to be set free. What God has put within you must be cultivated, must be developed, and must be used for the advancement of a nation and a world. I said to myself, Mr. President, why the hell don't you go to the wicked police department? Why the hell don't you stand up and tell them that your killing of black youth and brown youth is not gonna hold no more? Why don't you stand up? God's word is in need of a truth that will set up a government where everybody can live in peace under real freedom, real justice, and real equality.
Here's the next attitude disease, overcaution. Some people never will have much. They're too cautious. Now, you can also be too reckless, but you can also be too cautious. This is called the timid approach to life. And my caution was always the risk. Risk used to drive me right up the wall. I used to say, what if this happens? It's called the language of the poor. What if this happens? And on top of that, if this was to happen, look at the fix I'd be in. I better not try. I could always ace myself out. Then I'll tell you what changed my whole life when I finally discovered it's all risky. The minute you were born, it got risky. If you think trying is risky, wait till they hand you the bill for not trying. If you think investing is risky, wait till you get the tab for not investing. See, it's all risky. Getting married is risky. Having children is risky. Going into business is risky. Investing your money is risky. It's all risky. I'll tell you how risky life is. You're not going to get out alive. That's risky. The Englishman says, well, if that's the way it's going to work out, let's give it a go. Right. That's what it's for. Give it a go. Somebody says, yeah, but I'm looking for safety and security. Fine, then huddle in a corner. We'll cover you with a sheet, bring you 3 meals a day. And we'll protect you, feed you, look after you, care for you. We won't let anything happen to you. And you'll probably live to be 100. The guy said, well, yeah, I'd live to be 100. But what a way to live. Right. What a way to live, safe and secure. Don't ask for security. Ask for adventure. Better to live 30 years full of adventure than 100 years safe in the corner. And see, it's not important how long you live. What's important is how you live.
Walk through your home, your business, your apartment, your condo, anything you're in charge of, and make a list of all the things that aren't exactly the way you want it. There's never a stapler by the Xerox machine. Someone always leaves that cabinet open. My kid never picks up after himself. Those pictures are always slanted. They never stay straight. The screen door slams. There's a hole in the window. You know, whatever it is, write it down. And then go back, and here's the key part. Remember, in Law of Attraction, we always focus on what you want, not what you don't want. You don't want to be going, I don't want a man who smokes. I don't want a man who watches TV all weekend. I don't want a man who, you know, because that's what you're going to get. All right, because what you focus on is what you attract. So you want to focus on the opposite. So what you want to focus on is the opposite of your irritation list. There'll always be a stapler by the Xerox machine. We solved it in our office with a little chain and some glue. It doesn't leak, okay? But the key is there's always solutions. The pictures that won't stay straight, Velcro, right to the wall, on the bottom. It works, you know. But the point is, you want to get a list of what's the outcome you want, and then take a day, hire a person, or bring a friend over, and go through the list and get as many done as you can. You know, all the easy ones. Build some momentum. Clean the garage. Develop a new filing system. That might be something you set off to another weekend. And we say all the big ones that are really big. Do one a quarter. Every 3 months, solve one of those. Now you're getting rid of all the stuff in your life. And why is this so important? We're talking mostly about being wealthy, having great relationships, great health, world peace, ending hunger, and you're talking about the screen door. When you don't fix the screen door, you settle. And when you settle consistently, you develop a habit of settling for what you don't want. And most people go through life in resignation. They've resigned themselves to not having it the way they want it.
The key to unlock the door to success, the key is called questions. And the better questions you ask, the better doors of opportunity you unlock. And I am committed to talking to you about how to ask the right questions and questions you need to ask yourself, which will be in another session. And in this session, I want to talk to you about the value of questions. Because this is so huge in our lives that when we begin to understand what questions will do for us and the value in return we get from them, we're going to become committed to asking questions. When you think of leadership, you think of direction, you think of vision, you think of somebody pointing the way and saying, this is the way I want you to go. Isn't that true? But what I want you to understand today is behind every vision that is cast, behind every pointed finger that gives a direction and saying, let's go this way, behind all of that impetus of leadership are good questions. I have a rule of 5. And my rule of 5 is something that I do every day. And I don't have time to teach the rule of 5, but basically the rule of 5 says, you need to know what your strength is. And when you know what your strength is, you need to do 5 things every day that will take that strength and make it greater. And in my rule of 5, one of my things I do every day is every day I ask questions. The person that gets to ask the most questions and the person that gets to ask the best questions is the person that always wins. Because can I tell you something? I've never learned anything when I was giving direction, but I've learned everything when I ask questions. So let's talk about it. The first value of questions, I'm so excited about this. The first value of questions is this. You only get answers to questions you ask. You only get answers to questions you ask. If you don't ask the question, guess what? You don't get the answer. And I learned a long time ago, it's better to look uninformed than to be uninformed. I watch people all the time. They want to look good, so they're afraid, well, this question is this may be a stupid question. This may be a foolish question. I wonder if I ask that question, what are the rest of them going to think about? What are they going to know? Are they going to know that I don't know something? How many of you have ever thought of a question you really wanted to ask, but you thought maybe it was a stupid question, and so you didn't ask it? Would you raise your hands?
It's like your life doesn't end up in an accident. Your life is a series of actions that you initiate or don't initiate. And that your thoughts are going to control that roadmap. And so how are you using your mind today to either make yourself feel great or not? I posted on Instagram this morning. I said, listen, your destiny is ultimately controlled by a decision you already made this morning. Everyone watching this already made a decision this morning. This morning, they made it a life-changing, huge decision this morning. And that is either I'm going to get up, enter the world with no intention, go through the motions to hopefully get by or survive, or I am going to get clear in this morning about what I want, what I'm going after, who I'm going to be, how I'm going to serve, and whether or not I'm going to be excellent and extraordinary or not. And the problem is most people never make that conscious decision. So I was learning early on, make the conscious decision about who you want to be each day, stay congruent with that. And that was, for me, a kid who was just going through the motions, all of a sudden going, oh, who do I want to be? What do I want my relationships to be like? That was really important. And then I started setting personal challenges every month. At the beginning of each month, I do this whole thing where I holistically evaluate my life, first of every month. And it's like these 10 different categories of my life, from emotional to relational to financial to, career, mission, objectives, all these things. I go down that. On the first of the month, just kind of a holistic viewpoint of my life. And then I set a personal challenge and a professional challenge. And I do that every month. Every Sunday, I revisit my progress. Every Sunday. For 23 years. So it's not like I'm just, one day ended up in a happy life. It was like that a level of self-evaluation that most people avoid until their birthday or New Year's. I do it every Sunday and every first of the month. And I don't ever miss. And I think that has helped me kind of know what my thing is. Because I don't think I'm super special. It's like what I help people do, and this is chapter 1 of High Performance Habits, right? Seek clarity, The only reason I get to work with all these people you mentioned is because they're at a new level in their life where they're going, what is it now for me? And I help them kind of figure that out. What is it now for you about how you want to define yourself? What types of relationships you want and how deep you want to go? What is it that you want to develop as skill sets? And what is the specific service you want to provide? And I just work them through that because I've been working through that myself.
And here's what you can do with the upcoming winters of your life. The long ones, the short ones, the easy ones, the more difficult ones. Here's what you can do. Get wiser and stronger and better. Just make a list of that trio of good words. Wiser, stronger, and better. Could challenge for yourself the upcoming winters of your life. Don't you think you could read more? Pick up the scenario, pick up the books, pick up the cassettes. So I would put some stuff on cassettes so you can listen to it, put it in books so you can read it. Now putting it on video so you can see it. I'm telling you, anybody that wants to can get wise. Next is stronger. Anybody can get stronger. If you're willing to do the push-ups, you can get stronger. If you're willing to put yourself through the paces, you can get stronger. Can you develop stronger skills? And the answer is yes. Start practicing, practicing, practicing. And you can get stronger. Can you get stronger in handling life situations? Of course. But you got to go to work on yourself. You can't blame out there wishing it was easier. Wish you were stronger. Here's the last one. Get better. Anybody can get better. Language, we can all get better. I've been lecturing now for 33 years, and I'm telling you, today versus 33 years ago, I'm better. First time I gave a talk, I stood up, my mind sat back down. I mean, I've been through that whole deal. Opened my mouth, nothing came out for a while. My knees are banging together, the sweat's pouring off my face, I'm shaking like a leaf. It's called terror, in case you haven't tried it. Those first attempts. But I'm telling you, I got through it, and I did it again, and I got through it, and I did it again, and I got through it. Now, of course, I can lecture for a few hours in one day. Anybody can get there. Develop skills. Handle the upcoming winters. Don't wish away the winters. It's called naive. Wish for the skills. Wish for the strength. Here's the second major lesson in life to learn. Learn how to take advantage of the spring. Uniquely enough, spring follows winter. And pray tell how often? 6,500 times. I mean, those are good odds. I'd gamble on it one more time. I mean, those are good odds. Every time. You can't beat those odds. Spring is called opportunity. Another day is called opportunity. Days follow nights. How about that? And how often? Every day. Now here's what we must learn to do with opportunity. Underline two strategic words in that sentence. Take advantage. Just because spring comes is no sign you're going to look good in the fall. You've got to take advantage of it. You've got to do something with it. Read every book you can on what to do with your springs, what to do with your opportunities, what to do with your days, what to do with your chances. Don't miss the educational process. Don't miss the process of learning. Understand, opportunity keeps coming, but the key is taking advantage, taking advantage. Everybody in this room's got to learn to do one of two things. Plant in the spring or beg in the fall. And it doesn't mean you can't become a sophisticated beggar, but you don't need the reputation. Learn to plant in the spring, take advantage. And there's an urgency here on springtime because there's just a few springs, handful of springs offered to each of us. Take advantage swiftly. Don't just let the time pass. The Beatles wrote, life is very short. And for John Lennon, it was extra short. For Michael Landon, it was extra short. But life is short. At the longest, it's short. So don't just let the springs pass. Take advantage. Seize the day. Seize the moment. Seize the opportunity. It's the key. Springtime. Life is fragile. Life is brief. Elton John sings she lived her life like a candle in the wind. It's fragile, it's brief. Whatever you're going to do, you got to get at it. Don't just let it pass away. Here's major lesson number 3. In the summer, learn how to nourish and protect. You've got 2 challenges in the summer in the personal development part of our life. That is, become capable, powerful enough in the summer, wise enough in the summer to nourish what's good. Defend yourself against the bad. Nourish and defend. Summertime is an interesting time. It holds the possibility of the promise of harvest time, but it also has the possibility of the threat. Sure enough, as soon as you've planted your garden, the busy bugs and the noxious weeds are out to take it. And let me give you another word of advice. They will take it unless you prevent it. Summertime is an interesting time. Best as I can describe summertime, you got to nourish your values like a mother. Nourish like a mother. Go after the threat to the values you've got like a father. Deal with the weeds. Kill the weeds. Nourish the garden and kill the weeds. That's called summertime. What a challenging time. Give life like a mother. Take life like a father. Summertime. You've got to deal with the negative as well as the positive. Summertime is a unique, complex mix of positive and negative. Opportunity and threat. What a scenario of life itself. Opportunity and threat to the opportunity. And you got to deal with both. You got to think positive and you got to think negative. You got to handle what's ever out to threaten you. You got to learn to threaten it back. Summertime. Interesting time. Nourish like a mother. Defend like a father. You got to be like your bloodstream in the summer. Red corpuscles to what? Nourish. White corpuscles to what? Fight. You got to both nourish and fight. You got to nourish and be vigilant. White corpuscles think negative. You can't think positive. Call you naive. Somebody says, well, I've been taught to be all positive. You'll be some kind of freak. You can't be all positive. Thank God for white corpuscles that think negative all day. Guess what white corpuscles are looking for all day? Problems, infection. White corpuscles say, just show me some infection also. Why? It's out to kill the body. It's out to kill our chances. It's out to kill our future. Whatever threatens us, we threaten. I'm asking you to take sword to your enemies. Whatever's out to threaten you, threaten your health, you got to threaten it back. Like white corpuscles. Kill what's evil. Nourish what's good. Love like a mother. Hate like a father. Father says to whatever threatens his family, take 2 or 3 more steps toward this family and threaten my family, you'll cease to exist. I'm father, I kill. Don't let the weeds take your garden. Wreck your chances for a good harvest. Deal with your enemies in the summer. Called good and evil. The great struggle in life is called good and evil. Tyranny and liberty. Sickness and health. That's the way life is. Tyranny threatens liberty. Takes over Kuwait. Can't have that. If tyranny takes Kuwait, it'll take Saudi Arabia. If it takes Saudi Arabia, it'll take something else. Where are we going to stop tyranny? As soon as possible. Lest it take the whole world out. George Bush draws a line in the sand, consulting with his allies, sends 500,000 troops to Saudi Arabia. Finally, Desert Sword, Desert Storm, takes on Saddam Hussein, drives him out of Kuwait. Why? Because it has to be done. The great struggle between liberty and tyranny. The great struggle between evil and good. You've got to treat your own life. Says Saddam Hussein, you can't have Kuwait. Can't have Saudi Arabia. Furthermore, I'm going to kick you out. Hires chief white corporal. Takes care of the matter. I'm asking you in the summer, nourish like a mother. Threaten whatever threatens you like a father. Now you can also turn around the scenario, that's true. love like a father, hate like a mother. Give life like a father, take life like a mother.
You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in your ability. You're capable of anything. You can achieve any dream. Please don't limit yourself. Don't live your life limited. It's not all sadness and misery. Life's a challenge, but you will succeed. Take control of how you feel in every circumstance. Work on yourself daily. Your story's far from done. The best is yet to come. To achieve, you must believe. You can live out all your dreams. Persevere, you'll make it through. What you need is all in you. When you believe, you will achieve. You can live out all your dreams. It's about time you knew the truth. You got the power all in you. Whoa, whoa, You have to believe in yourself. You don't have to hide anything. You can be your true self. Don't need to follow society. Never forget that you're blessed. You're blessed. Give thanks for everything. Even the hard times will turn out to be blessings. No matter how you feel, you can learn from your pain. It's there to make you great. Your story's far from done. The best is yet to come. To achieve, you must believe. You can live out all your dreams. Persevere, you'll make it through. What you need is all in you. When you believe, you will achieve. You can live out all your dreams. It's about time you knew the truth. You got the power all in you. To achieve, you must believe. You can live out all your dreams. Persevere, you'll make it through. What you need is all in you. When you believe, you will achieve. You can live out all your dreams. It's about time you knew the truth. You got the power all in you. Whoa, whoa,
Say thank you for grace
Thank you for mercy. Thank you for understanding. Thank you for wisdom. Thank you for parents. Thank you for love. Thank you for kindness. Thank you for humility. Thank you for peace. Thank you for prosperity. Say thank you in advance for what's already yours. It's how I live my life. That's why I am. One of the reasons why I am today. Say thank you in advance for what is already yours.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for this day. Thank you for every moment that led to this day. Thank you for the hard times. They made me appreciate the good times. Thank you for the lessons. They were needed for my development. Thank you for my eyes that get to witness the miracles of today and tomorrow. Thank you for everything I take for granted. Thank you for all of my blessings. Thank you for my drive. Thank you for my spirit. Thank you for my strength. Thank you for giving me the courage to fight through the hard times. Thank you for the people in my life, those I love and those I learn from. Thank you for it all. Thank you. Thank you. It's the key that opens the door to instant happiness, unlocks the door to everything we are really seeking in life, happiness and contentment. Think about it. No matter what you say you want, money, riches, health, to help others, why do you really want it? When you drill deep down, the only reason anyone wants anything is the feeling we believe we will get from having it. That all boils down to happiness and contentment. And the truth is, we can have it now if we are grateful. And if you get quiet, get away from the noise of the world, and think for a moment about what you could be grateful for, I'm sure you could find plenty. Be grateful there's food on the table, air in your lungs, life in your body. Get grateful that you have opportunity to take your life to a whole nother level, to decide right now that you are going to live your dreams and never settle until you do. Get grateful for the mental strength you've been given to survive the hard times. Get grateful for your limbs if you have them. Many are not so blessed. Your eyesight if you have it. Many are not so blessed. Your hearing if you have it. Many are not so blessed. The health you do have, many are in worse positions. Get grateful for that one person that has had an impact in your life, or many people if you are so blessed. Then get grateful you can choose to be that person for someone else. That one that makes a difference in someone else's life, no matter how small. Get grateful you get to experience this magical universe. Today, look for miracles. I guarantee if you are looking, you will see them. There are unlimited things to be grateful for. Open your eyes. Unlock your amazing life. It's ready for you right now.
Thank you for this day, whatever it brings, whether a challenge I need to grow, a lineup to teach me patience, an unexpected blessing, every moment of joy, whatever today brings, thank you. Whatever it brings, I pray I have enough presence in each moment to know that no circumstance is my life. No high or low, no event, no thing is my life. Life is energy, and I know I'm so much more than my physical body. Thank you for my ability to love, to give to others my authentic love and kindness without expecting anything in return. Thank you for my strength. Thank you for my presence. Thank you for my ability to attract only the things and people that are in harmony with what I need in my life. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for this day, whatever it brings.
So then, this is a time in history where it's not enough to know. This is a time in history to know how. Because information is so readily available, you can gain information. You don't need an authority. You don't need a priest. You don't need a teacher. You don't need a governor. You can gain information without passing through some type of authority. And so people are empowered. And the next most practical question is, how am I going to apply this to my life? Now, when you learn new things, you make new connections in your brain. That's what learning is. But if you can't remember what you learned, then you haven't made any new connections that are sustainable, maintainable. So the more the person can repeat what they've learned, the more they're installing the neurological hardware in their brain in preparation for the experience. And so now they're priming their brain for the act, right? And when the experience happens, experience then enriches the circuitry in your brain. That's what experience does. So now you're laying down even more neurological tracks, but the payoff is the chemical called the emotion. And the moment you feel unlimited, the moment you feel grateful, the moment you feel abundant, now you're teaching your body chemically to understand what your mind is intellectually understood. So knowledge is for the mind and experience is for the body. And now we're embodying the truth of that philosophy. And we're literally signaling new genes in new ways and changing our future, or changing our genetic future. And if you've done it once, then if you're an athlete, you'd be able to do it over and over again. And if you keep repeating it, you neurochemically condition your mind and body to begin to work as one. And the redundancy of the act over and over again conditions the body to know how to do it better than the mind. Now it's innate in you. It's second nature. It's easy. It's familiar. It's who you are. And so I think we start as philosophers, we initiate, we become initiates, and then we master it, knowledge, experience, wisdom, mind, body, soul, learning it with your head, applying it with your hands, knowing it by heart, thinking to doing to being. And so I think to answer that kind of question or that comment is that, we should get up as if our prayers are already answered. The problem is that our senses fool us into separation. The person says, I want to be healed, I want to be healthy, I want to be wealthy. And they imagine it and they come back and it's not there. And when they see it, it's not there. The thought of their future creates the emotion of lack or separation. And if thoughts are the language of the brain and feelings are the language of the body, now you have mind and body in opposition. So then if you think about something like appreciation or thankfulness or gratitude, when you are receiving something, when you just receive something, when something is happening to you in the moment, or something just happened to you that you enjoy, or you're surprised about, or is pleasing to you, you feel this emotion of gratitude. So gratitude becomes the signature, the emotional signature that it's already happened. Gratitude is the ultimate state of receiving. So now when the person combines a clear intention of their future and they open their heart and they feel the emotion of that future, their body is objective. It's the unconscious mind. It doesn't know the difference between the actual experience in their life that's creating the emotion and the emotion that they're fabricating by thought alone. In that moment, their body is believing it's in that future, in the present moment. And the stronger the emotion they feel, the more altered they feel inside of them, the more they pay attention to the picture in their mind. And we could say then that they're beginning to remember their future. And biologically, it's the same as remembering your past. So if you keep practicing opening your heart and you keep combining it with a clear intention, then the thought and the feeling changes your state of being, which means then if you keep doing that over time, you'll feel like your future has already happened. Now, what's the significance of that? If you feel like your future has already happened, you stop looking for it. You're no longer waiting and wondering when it's going to happen or how it's going to happen. You feel like it's already happened. So now you take your foot off the gas, and you're no longer trying to predict or control or expect how it's going to happen. You're connected emotionally to your future. Well, the antithesis is also true. The stronger the emotion you feel for some betrayal, some shock, some trauma, the more altered you feel inside of you, the more you narrow your focus on the outer environment, and the brain takes a snapshot, and that's called a memory. And so the stronger the emotion, the more the brain embosses the imagery neurologically in the brain. So then the person thinks neurologically within the circuitry of that experience, and they feel within the boundaries of those emotions. So then We could say then the person's biology is literally in the past. So you can't create a new future if your state of being is in the past. So people reaffirm their identity this way. They wake up in the morning and they say, let me think about my problems. And those problems are memories of past experiences that are etched in their brain. So they think about the person, the place, the object, the experience. And we could say then, if they believe that their thoughts have something to do with their destiny, they're thinking in the past. And every one of those problems has an emotion associated. So now they feel unhappy. Now they feel fear. Now they feel unworthy.
And they might be addicted to those feelings.
Oh, no. It's a conditioning process, because conditioning, all you need is an image. They've mastered this on television. An image or a brand and an emotion. And all you need is a stimulus and a response. So every time the person remembers their future, their past, as they remember their past, the image with the emotion is literally subconsciously conditioning their brain and body into the past. And so if they're living in the familiar past, guess what? They're going to predict the next future. They're going to want to be able to predict their future. So because that's the known. So that there's only one place where the unknown exists, and that's the present moment. And teaching people how to get into the generous present moment takes an act of awareness. And most people would rather turn on their TV or, get on their cell phone. And this is actually, Aubrey, not a bad thing. This is actually a moment of awareness.
Yeah.
And, when you're inside the jar, you can't see the label. And so we have this huge frontal lobe that gives us self-awareness. So then the insight never changes anything. You could have the insight that you're addicted to fear, you're addicted to competition, you're addicted to struggle. But that really means is that we're addressing reality matter to matter. And what we're at one point of awareness, one point of consciousness, and we're putting our attention on another point of consciousness, a future, an outcome. And the only way we know how to get there when we're matter trying to change matter is that we force, we control, we predict, we fight for it. Because that's how you are when you're living in survival. So then we have to move our bodies through space, and that takes time. So we think if we rush, that we're actually going to get there faster. But more and more of the rushing creates more of the addiction of those emotions, because the adrenaline that's released is actually an arousal. So a person is using the conditions, the problems, the situations in their life to reaffirm their addiction to some emotion. To me, that means we become addicted to the life we don't even like. And so that's why change is so hard. So then let's offer another alternative. Well, when you begin to create from the field instead of from matter, the only way you can do that is you have to learn how to take all of your attention off your body and become a nobody. Take all of your attention off all the people in your life that you give so much of your attention and energy to because you have an emotion associated with them. And get beyond all the people in your life and go from a someone to a no one. Mm-hmm. Now, if you've worked your whole life being a someone, or if you've been working your whole life thinking that you're your body, you're going to have to work a little harder because that's your identity. Sure. That's what you're associated with. Get beyond all the things in your life, your cell phone, your computer, your car, and literally go from something to nothing. You have to take all your attention off the place you work, the place you live, the place you need to be, the place you're sitting, and go from somewhere to nowhere. You got to stop thinking about the predictable future and the familiar past and go right into the present moment and go from some time to no time. And if you do that properly, you become pure consciousness. And that's how you enter the field. Now, we've done the research on this. We call it getting beyond the self. Now, once you are pure consciousness, you're taking all of your attention off this three-dimensional reality. Now, where you place your attention is where you place your energy. So if you've taken all of your attention off of everything material, there's only one place you're going to wind up, and that is the immaterial realm called the quantum field, an invisible field of energy that unifies and connects everything material. So now when you're creating from the field and you combine a clear intention with an elevated emotion and you're connected and you feel connected, the suggestion of an alternative way to create is that when there's a vibrational match between your energy and some future reality, you actually no longer have to go anywhere to get it. You're actually the vortex, and you will collapse space and time and draw the experience to you. Now that, to me, is a lot more fun because the experience is the unknown. You can't predict when it's going to happen or how it's going to happen, because if you can predict it, it's known. So then you have to lay down the very thing you use your whole life to get what you want for something greater to occur.
No unity, no power. White power for white people. Black power for black people. 1967. The Black Panther Party. The movement. Freedom.
Let's talk about freedom, freedom, freedom.
We will not bow down to racism.
We will not bow down to injustice. We will not bow down to exploitation. I'm gonna stand. I'm gonna stand.
Now this is time to free your mind and your soul. Yo, our story has never been told. Ladies, you got to demand what you want, and what we want is respect, right?
Come and take a walk with me. First a walk with me. Secret only I can see.
Sisters, check this. Watch this.
Turn us loose, set us free from all the chains that bind me. Let us run in our own direction. Let us go, set us free from all this propaganda and lies that your people try to teach us. I know why would like to bring us down, because we have all the devil on you. You try to tell us that our lives don't mean anything, but we know so much better, so we're gonna take up the freedom. A freedom for my body, a freedom for my mind, freedom for my feelings. All this time you've been telling us these lies, but now we finally figured out. Okay, yeah, all that we would never wise up, but we'll show the how black female can do. Still you continue to keep us oppressed, but now we ain't going out like that. Oh no. All these lies and all this propaganda you want us to take, we're gonna take it. Freedom from my body, freedom from my mind, freedom from my spirit, freedom from my body, freedom from my mind, my soul. I see the fear in your eyes, surprise, so cover it all. I know just who I am and what I wanna do. I can make you run, make you hide from all your ancestors' transgression that you hold inside. Sisters rising up and sing that our time is here. We're taking back what's been ours for years.
Let the heaven of a system embrace you. Embrace the mother guys.
All these lies and all this propaganda that you want us to say, we're gonna take out. Freedom.
Freedom from my mind, freedom for my spirit. Freedom.
Ready for revolution. Thank you for attending another session of Class is in Session, produced by Team Believe, which is an extension and arm of Wealth Builders Worldwide. Wealth Builder Worldwide mission is to provide individuals worldwide with the tools required to enhance their lives, achieve their dreams, and build massive wealth. We are salespeople. We are a sales team. We do not sell products, goods, or services. We sell people on the infinite possibilities of their lives and the power of their dreams. We sell people on never giving up. We know this is a noble cause. We know giving up is not in the DNA of this giant. And I want to take time to thank him and celebrate his accomplishments in terms of being in pursuit of his dream, the dream that he had for himself, his family, for future generations. I want to shout out and thank Dr. Tyrone Best, CEO and founder of Wealth Builders Worldwide, for articulating this mission via example. I want to thank Dr. Best for being that guiding light for many of us. Thousands of us around the globe are better now because he and Miss Val and this legacy, this system is here today. So take a screenshot of this mission, understand what we're about, understand that anyone that embraces or embodies the thought process, the life of a wealth builder, we know that the power of wealth building is rooted in accentuating the greatness in others by allowing people to focus on their lives and the power of their dreams. Class is in session, folks, every Monday through Saturday, sometimes Sunday, on the various Facebook pages. We encourage you all to go to youtube.com, put in the search bar, Believe TV, hashtag Team Believe. You'll find our platform there. We're encouraging you to subscribe, to like, to share. We're going to be on the Believers Huddle at 9:15. The screen is not advancing. If you're wondering why you don't see anything else that I'm talking about, visualize it. You heard Dr. Joe Dispenza, visualize it. Thank you. I see the screen is catching up, giving its gratitude. Thank you, Dr. Ty Best, for all that you do. And maybe there'll even be some more that pops up on this screen. I have no control of that this morning. I operate within that which I absolutely have control over. And that's moving us towards the 9:15 presentation. Immediately after class in session, you have none other than our brother and friend, the numbers gentleman himself, Mr. Mike Johnson, who did an exceptional presentation last night. That thing was fire. And I particularly loved the questions and answers that were provided. Thank you, Ms. Tanisha Glassby. Thank you, Ms. Wandalyn Williams. Thank you, Mr. Roger Williams, for joining Mr. Johnson on this platform, on that platform last night on Gold Rocks. And the one thing that was shared is the simplicity of it all. You get in your purview, you get GS Partners as a vehicle towards your dreams, and there's only 3 steps required there after your registration. You want to activate that monthly $33 subscription and get 3. You want to get that $33 subscription done and get 3. You want to start accumulating that digital asset. You start immediately with the membership. As soon as you acquire the $30 membership, you are gifted an asset, making your subscription only $5 a month. Start accumulating your digital asset and refer others and earn instantly. instantly is the operative. Earn instantly is the operative phrase. You can do it now, right now, in real time. Again, pay attention to class in session. Make sure you get to our YouTube channel and subscribe. Believe TV, hashtag Team Believe. We have a very special presentation going on this Sunday at 11 a.m. on Believe TV, hashtag Team Believe. Do not miss On Board Live with our trainers, the numbers gentleman, Mr. Mike Johnson, as well as the master trainer, Miss Nicole Nikki Knox. And then, of course, you saw it in some of the commentaries. I saw Brother Mustafa rocking the platform this morning, shifting to a new money system by Mrs. Janetta Muhammad. It's in paperback. It's available to you now. I received my copies yesterday. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Boy, I'm telling you, you're going to hear more about it. You're going to hear more about it. Stay plugged in, but get your copy, Amazon.com. You can get that book. Now, the way to change the nature of our experiences is to change the nature of our thoughts. I encourage all of you to take a screenshot of this platform, this support card. It gives you everything that you need. It is your syllabus. It's an overview of your progression in the right community at the right time. You are operating from the future now, and WBW provides it for you. Now, there is a private password associated with this page, the event page of Gold Rocks, www.goldrocks.info. What happens on Gold Rocks? Well, number one, thank you, Brother Reggie Scott. If you join us at 10:45 a.m. Eastern, 9:45 a.m. Central, and 7:45 a.m. Maui Pacific time, you get the amazing power call full of motivation, inspiration, and great financial education. There is something for everyone, says Brother Reggie. Get back to the person that referred you for the password. Again, is www.goldrocks.info. And of course, I want to take this time to thank Brother Mustafa Muhammad, Sister Roz Range, and Brother Roland Muhammad for providing an avenue by which people can acquire the Pax Immune supplement. You can get a hold of their numbers now and find out how you can get your supplement delivered to you today. Now, I said it once before. I'm going to say it one more again. Team Believe is an arm. It's an extension of Wealth Builders Worldwide. Nothing more, nothing less. Wealth Builders Worldwide is, in fact, a true wealth ministry, folks. Our mission is clear. We provide the tools that are required to do three things: enhance lives, achieve dreams, and build massive wealth. Someone do us a favor, come to the Believers Huddle with a definition of massive. All right. With that being said, the Dream Chaser Manifesto is a guide, folks. It's a guide, a dreamer's guide to surviving in a jungle of non-dreamers, authored, published, and penned by none other than himself than Dr. Tyrone Best. You want to make sure you get a hold of it. You want to make sure you join us on the huddle. You might hear from Dr. Best today. Ain't no telling. We fired up. I'll see us all on the Believers Huddle. I'll see the remainder of us on the Power Call, giving many thanks to each and every one of us for living in the generous present moment. Thank you, family. Looking forward to seeing us all on the Believers Huddle with Mr. Mike Johnson, the remainder of us on the Power Call. Forward. Aho.